Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single-barrel-only liquor store. This store is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Get signed up for their email distribution list to find out when the store will be opening, what their hours will be, and most importantly, what they will have in inventory at abvbarrelshop.com. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebartogo.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today we have a special show. It is our first podcast we've ever done from the ABV Barrel Shop, and we are talking about the grand opening coming up on Saturday. My name is Steve Akeley. I'm joined here by Jim Fosnot. Hey, Jim, how you doing, man?
Great, Steve. How are you doing tonight?
Good. So, pretty exciting stuff, isn't it?
It's finally coming together. This is about a year and a half in the making when we first started this venture, and to think it's all coming true next week is unbelievable.
Yes. So we've got a crazy amount of stuff to do. It's easy stuff, really, but it's just the logistics of making it all happen, right? Like getting product in and stocking it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, from a construction point, we're all done. We're pretty clean here. Probably have to go through do one last dusting and mopping and stuff like that. But now it's just getting all the deliveries in, getting all the pricing into the POS system, getting trained on the register systems.
Yes.
It's all that last minute stuff to get us open, and I'm sure there's things we forgot that we'll have to scramble with too at the end. But we're getting close, buddy.
Yeah, like right now we have no idea how to take people's money. So say someone wanted to come in here and buy something, we would be like, well,
I could do it. You couldn't. I just haven't run a transaction yet to test it, but I know how to do it. And so I finally got the system hooked up while you're in Maine.
Yes.
And I have a appointment on Tuesday to run a fake transaction. And then we'll actually probably run a legitimate $100 transaction on our credit card, and we'll see how it disperses to the bank from there.
Okay. That sounds exciting.
Yes.
Making money is exciting, so yes, I think that's a good thing.
Well, that's as much as this is about our love of bourbon, it's also about our love of our love of money coming into play as well.
Right, because right now it's been the reverse of that. Right now we've got a situation where we're just spending all of our money. So
yes, yeah.
It'll be nice when those registers are actually working.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, and they are expensive little investments too, so they got to pay for themselves first of all.
But they look good.
They do. It's a good setup, and the store looks great. So I was out of town this past week, and I come in here, and it's beautiful, man. The store looks amazing. So there's new exhibits and things like that. So I don't want to share too much. We've shared a lot along the way. I know I said in my last email, I'm not sending out anything else. No more. Now, if you want to see it, you got to come in here.
Got to come see it.
Yes, yeah. And there's some exciting different things that have happened since the last update. These are things that you're going to want to see. But it looks cool. So the merchandise is out, stocked, and ready to go. Some of our whiskey is in, waiting for more to come in, and we'll be getting all of it this week, which is exciting, and then we'll be ready to go.
Well, I just think back to the day we first walked in here, Steve, and what a shithole this was. Yeah. And the vision, like this wasn't my first choice. It was yours because of the area it had for the separate area where they did. It used to be a men's hair salon, barbershop thing, in the area where they had for the sinks. Like that's where we could put the bar, and that's what started the whole conversation. And then it had wood floors in here that were honestly kind of beat up, but it kind of feels right with our Rick House kind of theme here. And then the amount of friends who have helped us along the way, because we couldn't have done this without the help of a lot of our distillery friends. We could have done it, but it wouldn't look anywhere near what it looks like. We were originally talking about doing, 14-inch wide banquet tables for our classroom, and now plastic. Ooh. And now we have 2.5-inch live edge oak slab tables all the way across, and just different things across it that we've been helped with from Gary from Wood Hat and Adam Stump and Dave and Royce Neely. it's just so great that we have friends in the industry that are willing to help us, and it's all come together just beautifully. And this is so far and above anything I imagined from the day we walked in here.
Yeah. I got to say, for our friends that stopped by early, like our buddy Rob, he came in, maybe the day we got the place, maybe the day we were in here, and the place looked so bad. And we're telling Rob, this is going to be cool. And you could see in his eyes, he's like, yeah, okay. But then Rob came in and seen it since then. And, yeah, you can explain this stuff all you want, but until it starts coming together. And a lot of it evolved as we were going. We weren't talking about doing like a Booker's wall. I mean, it was something that we had all these Booker's boxes, but wanted to do something with them. But then we start putting it together, and it just makes this place so unique. And the stuff Gary gave us.
All the tin from Gary that he gave us to kind of frame the walls out with and the bar out with. It's got all that patina of the rust on there. Now, we did clear coat it, so if you're at the bar, you're not getting rust on your pants or anything like that. We've taken care of it, make sure you're not cutting yourself or anything else. But, man, it just looks awesome. And the favorite thing, well, my two favorite things in here is the stave wall with the floating shelves that we came up with there that I wish I'd done at my own house when I built that wall. And then the bar. The bar came out way better than I thought it ever would.
The bar is amazing. Yes. Yeah. If we would ever get too big and we need to move and go into a bigger spot, we're going to need a bigger bar. So this bar is going into my house.
yeah, sure it is. all the hours you put into building this thing.
Yes.
If anyone should have their house,
I've put so much time into this. This needs to be reconstructed at my house.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
So what we'll do next, Jim? Let's have a drink. What are you drinking there? You've got a pour in front of you. What does it happen to be?
It happens to be Old Elk. Our good friend Old Man Bay did a barrel pick, and with a local bar. And we just wanted to support our friends, so we bought a single barrel from him. And,
yes.
We know he's going to support us. Hell, he already supported us. He's done some of the artwork in our store. He carved our logo into our bar, and another piece that is a surprise for somebody, so I won't mention that yet.
Yep.
But so we wanted to support him, so we bought some bottles of his pick, and I'm drinking that right now. How about you?
Very nice. I've got something here called Leopold Brothers 3-Chamber Rye. So pretty excited about that. We've got some of our personal bottles in here. Eventually we'll get to the point where behind the bar it's going to be nothing but our barrel picks, but because we're early on, we don't really have a whole lot of those in here right now. So we're drinking our own stuff. So, yeah, there it is. So cheers, Jim.
Cheers, buddy.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's going to be more ABV Barrel Shop talk. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot in the greater St. Louis area. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only focuses on single barrels. We aren't open just yet, but our plan is to have the most diverse single barrel offerings from our many friends in the world of bourbon. By signing up for a weekly email, you will know our entire inventory we have on hand. In addition to single barrels, we'll have a tasting bar and a gift shop featuring logo merchandise for both the shop and the ABV network, as well as a full curriculum of bourbon education classes. Additionally, we'll use the gift shop to feature products from our partners in the world of bourbon, companies like Art Eatable Chocolates and Old Man Bay Signs. Head over to ABV Barrel Shop to sign up for our email and text distribution list so you can stay in the know. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Jim Fosnot. I'm your bourbon buddy, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to ABV Barrel Shop Talk. My name is Steve. I'm joined by Jim, and we're just talking about what we got going on here, man. It's pretty special, isn't it?
It is. Listen, we've got some great picks coming in. Full disclosure, some stuff we won't have as soon as we want. There's some learning curve here going on, and bringing barrels in from across the country.
Things take longer than you think.
Than we thought. I dealt with a lot of this logistics with my previous employer, but not the part of bringing in new distilleries, new product, but not new distilleries. And that is a little longer than I anticipated, but it'll get here. So we'll still open with a great selection, and over time it'll get even better. But to me, I kind of want to talk about the classes. What are we going to do there, Steve?
Yeah, so classes, and again, we're kind of getting off to a little bit different start than we will be most times because, and most of that involves me. I have a schedule that gets planned way out, and for the most part, moving forward, we are going to be open on Wednesdays. We'll do classes Wednesday evenings. So it's just good to have at least one session during the week because not everybody can do things on weekends. So we are going to do Wednesday nights will typically be. I don't know that every Wednesday night coming up because I had some previous plans, stuff before we got this going. Moving forward, for the most part, most Wednesdays we'll have an evening class. So, and our classes, we always say, the only constriction that we have is if we don't, put ourselves out there to think of new ideas. We really want to have as many cool different ideas as we can, right, Jim?
Yeah. So, the first thing we want to do, we're a single barrel shop. And so every month we want to have a single barrel class where we have the customers come in and help us pick one of our next single barrels.
Yep.
It's just not something that most people get the opportunity to do and to experience how different a whiskey can be barrel to barrel. It's just fun to share with people. And so it's just got a cool thing to do. So we're going to try and pull that off every month. I think we should be able to do that, and that'll be a fun class. And I think that's one of those classes. Once it catches on, we'll sell it out. In advance all the time.
Yep. Our first class is Neely Family Distillery, so that's a popular offering anyway. So we'll be picking a barrel of Neely, which is kind of cool. We're going to be picking up samples for that. We're going to be going to Neely later this week, which is kind of cool. So we'll see our friends at Neely and pick up our samples for our upcoming class. So that's pretty cool. We'll also have classes on Saturdays. So the Saturdays could vary a little bit. It's on Wednesdays. It's going to be 6:30 p.m. local time. Our classes on Saturdays could vary depending on instructor and things like that. It could be afternoon. It could be early evening. That's just you'll have to check the schedule. So, and there could be times when we do two classes. Maybe there'll be, if we've got somebody in from out of town, maybe we want to do something during the afternoon and then something in the evening. It'll vary. But Saturdays will definitely be a day we take advantage of on classes. And then finally Sundays as well. Some Sundays, not all Sundays, but sometimes Sundays we're going to come in and do some classes. So that's kind of a cool thing.
And I just think all of our classes are going to be, unique. We'll have distillers coming in tasting out their stuff, and that'll be fantastic. But we're going to do some unusual stuff. We're going to do a breakfast in bourbon where you come in at 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning. We'll do donut pairings with whiskeys. We're going to do a challenge class, and the first one it's going to be a proofing class, and you got to try and take full proof whiskey at cask strength, and you're going to have to try to proof it down to 100 proof and an 80 proof, and whoever gets closest will win a bottle or something of that nature there. So we're gonna come with different things every month, every week to just keep this fun and exciting and stuff that no one else is doing. All honesty, if you guys get any ideas out there, shoot us an email. We'd love to if you have something that we think we should try, we're open to suggestions. But we've got a ton of great ideas coming up here, and we'll do some series that happen every month, but we'll do some other unique stuff. We got some great partners in the business that are come in and do classes for us as well from other parts of the country, and that'll be entertaining as well.
That's another big thing we'll be doing. We'll be scheduling individuals to come in, help with classes. That's one thing. And then sometimes just signing bottles. So, a distiller's coming through town. We have one of their barrel picks. They're just going to sit and just spend some time interacting with individuals and signing bottles and, maybe leading a tasting, those type of things. There's a lot of things that we can do with our friends from the industry. So that's a pretty cool thing. One of the other things, too, that's so different, and again, I don't think we need to prepare an audience that listens to our podcast very much. But, for the general population, walking into the store is going to be, what the heck is even going on here? This is a liquor store, but there's only 12 items for sale. Now, that's not 12 bottles, of course, but I'm talking about 12 different bottles representing 12 different barrel picks. That might be it, 15 or 20, but, we're not going to have a whole lot of different offerings. And most of the general population can't understand. If you're not a bourbon fan, you think, I want to check out this liquor store. They're going to walk in. We're going to get some of that, Jim. There's going to be some people that walk in and have no idea what's going on here. What are you guys doing?
Well, and we're going to be bringing in things that are unique to Missouri. We'll be the only ones who have it. We have distilleries that have agreed to sell us 1 or 2 barrels a year that they can't support the rest of the market, and we're working with some small distributors who are going to bring these barrels in for us. But you won't be able to get anywhere else. So a lot of people will not have heard of these distilleries unless they're really into bourbon, because a lot of these are very well known within the industry, very sought after, but they're limited markets. Maybe 1 state, maybe 2 states. So that's the great thing with our relationships. We're going to have access to things that nobody else in town has. And I see people just coming in clamoring to get these things. That it's going to be every Saturday we're doing our releases is what's this Saturday? What came in? What can I only get here at the ABV Barrel Shop?
Yeah, that's going to be one of the neat things. It's also one of the most exciting things for our distillery partners. As I talk with them about what we're doing, they're very excited about it. They want to come in because, again, they can't support even the city of St. Louis, the town of St. Louis. They don't have enough to support that. Not for in every bar, every liquor store that's interested in their products, but they can come to one. And what they like about us is it's all about conversations. Again, we might only have 12 or 15 items in the store. So if you come in and you're saying, what do you guys got? There's going to be conversations that are had. And that's so different. If you think about what happens, if there's a distillery that's in Colorado, for instance, and they decide they want to go to Oklahoma, well, they're going to ship it to a distributor. And how much does that distributor know? What type of conversations? Or do they just like, here's our new product that we've got. Are you interested in buying some? And then the liquor stores buy it. And what do you think they do? They put it on the shelf and they hope that you buy it. And that's it. It's not ever going to be that way with us. They know that it's almost like they've hired a sales team out in St. Louis, Missouri, to represent their brand. So right here in our shop in Arnold, we'll be the ones representing their products and having those conversations, the same type of conversations they had, because we're only selling stuff of things that we respect and people that we know, right, Jim?
Yeah, and the great thing is that the vast majority of these distilleries we're going to go to and pick. Some samples get sent in to us, but most of those distilleries we've been to already. And we have personal relationships, so we can tell the story of the whiskey. We can tell, we were just out at Old 55 picking, and holy crap, I mean, the way that he's got things going on out there, that still he's running, the capacity, and just how
what he does different,
things I've never seen at any other distillery, and I've been at a lot of distilleries, and I've never seen high temp yeast be used. And so that's the conversations that I love having, is why this whiskey is different than this whiskey, and just being able to talk about the relationships that we have and what makes each one different and great. I love teaching people about craft whiskey. We'll have some stuff that's not craft. We'll get some access to some of the big boys single barrels, but we're going to predominantly have craft, and I love sharing with people what makes craft great. So that's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, so there's a lot of reasons to come by here. Of course, if you're a fan of the ABV Network, this is also the home of the ABV Network. Moving forward, I'll use this place as an office, so I'll be in here editing shows, doing all the things that I do. We've got merchandise, just like you can get on the shop if you happen to be in town. We will have most of those items here in the store, which is kind of cool. So it's going to be a great place that's not only home to all the things that are going on with what we're doing with barrel picks, but also the ABV Network, which is very cool. So it's exciting times, and I can't wait to do it, to see you here. We are going to be opening this Saturday. That is July 9th. That's our grand opening. We'll be open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. We've extended our hours. Normally we're open 9 to 8, but we're going to be open 8 to 8 because we just want to get people in here and get this thing going and get this party started. So looking forward to it. Come by. You'll be able to buy barrel picks. We'll have all kinds of distillers. I think we've got a dozen distillers that have committed to coming in and being here that day. They'll be signing bottles. Some have bottles that'll be in here. Others don't. They're just hanging out and coming in to support us. But it's a great opportunity to meet these individuals behind the brands, and it's going to be just what we do. It's going to be a great representation of what the store is. And come in, buy some stuff, talk to us, have some conversations. It'll be fun. We've got a lot of the ABV Network crew here. McNew and Miss Becca Sue will be here, as well as Justine. So come on by. They're going to be working that day, which is kind of cool. So they'll be doing pours if you come by the tasting bar. Very neat stuff. So great opportunity to come in and hang out with the crew. It's so exciting. I'll be there, Jim.
I'm going to try and make it. A couple things scheduled that day, but I'm trying to clear the schedule. Hopefully, I can make it work, Steve.
Yeah. So it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a long day. Hopefully, it's going to be a busy day. That's what I hope for. You don't know. I always say, it's fireworks season right now. What happens when you have fireworks? You light the fuse, and then you stand back, and then there's that little moment. There's a moment where you don't know if it's going to work or not. Is this thing going to, do what it says it's going to do, shoot in the air and make a great bloom of all this cool stuff, or is it just going to be a dud?
It's going to blow up or be a dud.
Yeah. So we feel like we've lit the fuse. We've talked about it. We've educated people. We've built the list and talked to them. Now, please show up. We want you to be here. We want you to be here. So again, in Arnold, Missouri, come by and see us. 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. So please be here Saturday. And Jim and I, if you have any questions, you can call the store. Jim, what's the phone number here? 636-333-2134, I believe.
It sounds about right.
Yeah. I'll edit that out if it's not. But
okay.
I believe it's right. I think I might have that to memory. How about that?
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Jim, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Fosnot, on Instagram at FozJim, FAZZJIM, or working Wednesday through Saturday, some Sundays here at the ABV Barrel Shop in Arnold, Missouri.
Yes, we will. For me, I'm also an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. The important website, though, is abvnetwork.com. Please check that out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. And like Jim, I'll be here Wednesday through Saturday. And check out abvbarrelshop.com. Be sure you sign up. If you haven't done so already, you want to get on our mailing list because we send out email and text blasts to let you know what's going on. Literally, you'll get to see our entire inventory. Give us a like on Facebook. We're sitting at 875. We've got one of those meters, and it's sitting at 875, Jim.
That's pretty strong considering we haven't opened yet.
Yes, I know. We're so excited about that. So,
and we're the number 6 preferred destination in
on TripAdvisor.
On TripAdvisor. We want to
make us number one. Yes,
we're already number 6. We're not even open yet.
Yes, so review us. But that's the thing. We're number 6, but unfortunately, there's only 6 things.
We wasn't going to mention that part. We weren't going to go there, Steve. But we're in the top 10.
We want to be number 1, though. We want to be number 1. So please review us on TripAdvisor. Yelp is also good, or Google. We like all of those, but we're really working on that TripAdvisor one because I want to be number 1. So, all right. Get involved. Patreon.com/the ABV Network. Give us a 5-star review. We appreciate that. Until next time, gang, take care, everybody. See you on Saturday. Bye.
Cheers.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the Hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's upcoming Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, But if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.